What is this thing around 1 meter high and made of glass? It originated in Europe before the 90s from either a refinery or power plant. I do not have more information. What is it? It's a mercury arc valve, a type of electrical rectifier used for converting high voltage or high current alternating current into direct current, invented in 1902 by Peter Cooper Hewitt. These rectifiers were used to provide power for industrial motors, electric railways, streetcars, and electric locomotives, as well as for radio transmitters and for high-voltage direct current power transmission. What is this big metal box with red circles on the sides and top on the super heavy trailer? The other side looks the exact same with the red dots and supports. It's about as big as a semi-truck hull. It's metal and doesn't have any lettering on it. I'm assuming it's new because there is no rust. I'm not sure what the origin is, but it's been sitting on the side of the highway in a little parking area for about 3 weeks. What is it? It is a transformer. The red covers are over flanges where the coolers are hooked up when it's in service. It's filled with oil and is circulated and cooled in radiator-like devices. I'm a previous heavy haul structural engineer who designed the heavy haul rigs and moved a ton of transformers. What could this be? It's made of wood and contains a wheel full of sharp spikes. I'm thinking of a grinder. But what could it grind? It was found in Sweden. I've searched for manual grinders with spikes and only found ordinary grinders. What is it? It's a pear-wood cheese grater designed by Davide Piazza, not in production for years. A stylish Italian Parmesan cheese grater, dating to the 1980s. The interior has a revolving wooden cylinder with short, sharp metal spikes, which grate the cheese when the handle is turned. What is this big concrete object with mysterious text, 4 holes and 4 loops along the rim, but has no bottom, about a few feet in diameter at the top, found in California? I don't know its age, but it's been sitting there for at least 6 years. Weight was way too heavy for me to pick up for an estimate. Seems to be concrete, with a little iron to form loops, so something could hook onto it along the top. Maybe was about 3 feet high or a little lower. Any ideas? It's an Assyrian-style cast stone urn, modeled for the restoration of the Palace of Fine Arts in San Francisco, second half of the 20th century, and appears to be a reproduction of this urn in the Vatican. Could be from a casino like Caesar's Palace, but maybe it's more likely that it's a plant or sold at some garden center. My guess is that maybe it was dropped or fell during transit. What is this large metallic bar across the top of a bike frame, apparently collapsible with a knob? The only writing said ROI, seems to be collapsible, but was firmly attached to the fork and seat post. Spotted in England. What is it? It's an old-style attachment for a child's seat. We have one for my 1-year-old son. He gets to see everything, and we can enjoy the ride together, rather than him looking at my back and getting bored. What are these little ornate houses outside Greek houses? Spotted in Santorini. Seen this outside in the front yards of a lot of Greek houses. What are they? They are very beautiful. I believe that particular one is a shrine to Saint Raphael, the patron saint of various things including healing. Raphael was the abbot of a monastery in Kars, and was martyred by the Ottomans in the 15th century. We have one in our garden as a Greek family living in the UK. You see a lot of them on roadsides in Greece, where an accident has usually happened as places of remembrance. A friend of mine bought those things in France. It's from the 18th or 19th century. But when we went to an antique dealer shop, he wasn't able to tell us what it was. The handle is made of wood, and the metal part seems to be brass. Maybe an antique shell cracker for seafood. What is it? Somebody said these are fishing clunks for attracting catfish. Others said they are citrus peelers, but they are an ornate version of a tailor's iron, to be heated in, and then used to get into undercollars and sleeves. Old cast metal irons would only ever be hot for 1 minute or so, and then you'd need to heat it up again. That explains why they are in a box of 6. What is this round gem in a metal cube it's stuck inside? I found it on the street a few years ago as it looks like a diamond. The cube is metal and I think is copper, probably worth more than the gem. It has been sitting on a shelf ever since as an oddity, but curious why this would be made. Any ideas? It's a crystal cube necklace. You string a gold chain through the gap between the rock and the box. What is this paper-wrapped substance inside a plastic box inside a 1950s Czech military bag? I bought this bag from a Milsurp website. It appears to be a genuine vintage bag. They called it a gas mask bag. After I'd been using it for a bit, I felt something hard in the lining, which made me notice the tiny snap-closed pocket in the center, and inside I found a little plastic box with a loose unattached lid. Inside that was this weird little packet of something. I don't really want to unwrap it and get whatever that stuff is all over me. It has no detectable smell, which makes sense if it's 70 years old. What is this stuff? That is the soap that was used to prevent a gas mask from fogging up. That was included with the Czech M52U gas mask full kit, which this bag was for. The gas mask kit consists of the gas mask, a haversack, a filter, and anti-fog soap, which is wrapped in wax paper and stored in a small rectangular aluminum box. What is this groove in the granite countertop next to the cooktop? Found in a rental home and cannot figure out the purpose of this groove. It's about 15 inches long and 1.5 inches wide. Searches for grooves or cut-in countertops default to drainage grooves. This is on the island and not near a sink, right next to the cooktop. What is it for? I hate to say this, but this is an egg groove on the countertop. I used to fabricate and install granite, and we had an order for an egg groove identical to this. It's hideous and the absolute greatest of all first world problems, but 100% that is what it is. What is this spoon-like thing? Found in my grandparents' silverware set from Korea or Vietnam. Looks like it's gold-plated with an elephant on the front. The set is at least 40 years old. What is it used for? They said it's a Thai sugar spoon, but I don't think that's quite correct. I've only seen it once or twice in Thailand, but I'm fairly certain it's a spoon used for jelly. The shape is supposed to keep it from getting stuck on the spoon. If you Google Thai jelly spoon, you'll find many similar ones. What are these wooden elephants with a rod through them? Rod slides out and elephants are removable. Found at Goodwill and no words other than made in the Philippines. About the length of a book. Any ideas? They are hand-carved wooden elephant-shaped napkin rings with holder, possibly made of monkey pod wood, or something like that in the Philippines. This brass man's head comes off and his backpack opens. Inherited from a family member a few years back. I believe his stick moves too, but it's a bit stiff. It has something missing off the top. I'm told matches used to be kept in his back, but not sure the reason why his head would come off. What is it for? Please tell us in the comments. Thanks for watching. Let's make life fun.